Welcome back to Ticket to Gaming. Today we're going to give you an overview of Forbidden Island, designed by Matt Leacock. We're going to show you what's in this box, how to set the game up, and an example of gameplay to give you a feel for the game. So come on, let's go! Alright, so inside the giant Altoids case, you're going to get the Tome of Knowledge, also known as the Rulebook. You get the Water Meter of Imminent Death with included tracker. Then you got 4 treasures: the Forbidden Candy, Mufasa with Wings, the Broken Death Star, and the Goblet of Fire. Then you've got yourself 3 decks of cards. You've got the Deck of Despair, the Deck of Hope, with Despair included, and the Suicide Rolls, with matching pawns. Then you've got your stack of island tiles. Okay, to set up the game, first arrange the island tiles in a 4x4 grid. Take the 8 remaining tiles and place 2 at each edge of the 4x4 grid. Make sure the tiles are on the shore side up and not flooded side up. Take the 4 treasures and place them around the perimeter of the island. Take the flood decks and treasure decks, shuffle them, and place them near the island. Have players select their roles, and then take the matching colored pawns and place them on the island according to the tiles that have the icon of their pawn. Next, grab the stack of treasure cards, dealing 2 cards face up to each player. If anybody were to draw one of these dreaded Waters Rise cards, you would simply replace that card with a new one and shuffle this card back into the treasure deck. Once that has been completed, set the deck back. Next, what you'll do is you'll select your difficulty level on the Water Meter of Imminent Death. If you're quite the baby, I would go with Novice. If you're willing to commit suicide, go ahead and go with Legendary, but it's entirely up to you. Last but not least, you're going to draw 6 cards from the flood deck. For each card drawn, you're going to flip the island tile to its flooded side. Like this. You are now set up and ready to play Forbidden Island. Okay, here's how it plays out. Each adventurer will take turns traversing the island and attempting to keep it afloat. At the end of each player's turn, they will have an opportunity to draw cards from the treasure deck of doom. Mostly good stuff, but sometimes bad. The goal of the game is to collect all 4 treasures and have every adventurer book it back to Fool's Landing and play a helicopter lift card to fly far, far away from the deadly sinking island that definitely won't swallow you every chance it gets. On your turn, you can take up to 3 actions. Examples include moving around the island, shoring up tiles that are starting to sink, and collecting treasures. Once you have 4 matching cards of a corresponding treasure, you need to be on a tile that has that treasure's icon. There are 2 for each. Once you are, turn them in and reap the rewards. I will love you forever, Mufasa with Wings. Once you've taken your 3 or less actions, yes, it's possible not to act at all, you will draw 2 cards from the treasure deck, keeping in mind a hand limit of 5. But then the fun begins. Or you can say the disaster begins. The last thing that happens before a player turn ends is you draw flood cards according to the Water Meter of Imminent Death's level, and flip those tiles if they haven't started sinking yet, or lose them forever if they have. Even worse, the treasure deck contains these Water Rise cards. Once they are drawn, you raise the tracker on the meter and take the flood deck discard pile, shuffle, and then place it on top. What? Yes, right on top. So, if half the island is already sinking, yeah, you get the idea. This will continue until you are successful, or you all die and perish. There is only one way to win that I described earlier. You can lose by raising the water meter to the skull and crossbones. A tile sinks and an adventurer has no adjacent tile to run to. The 2 treasure tiles for a corresponding treasure have sunk before you could collect that treasure, or if Fool's Landing sinks, meaning you have no way off the island. Pretty terrible, right? But don't lose hope. There are rules I didn't go over, and each role in the game has special abilities to help make the experience more bearable. Though there is hope for success, you'll probably all drown. In the next video, I'll give you our personal review of this monstrosity. Please subscribe and stay tuned.